Alrighty guys, this is snugsonblitz and I'm back with another video for you today. Today I'm going to try and answer the question, how would I change the matchmaker to make it a little bit fairer? Yes, the Blitz community has been up in arms ever since the latest update, and at first it was pretty dang atrocious. Seems to have settled down somewhat, but I do think it's slightly unfair to those great players out there that now have to be even greater because they have to carry even more. And they're already doing like 4K, 3.5K, and to ask them to do 5.5K doesn't really seem fair if you ask me. Jirdle suggested in one of his videos that he would have it more balanced tank-wise. I have a different approach, and mine is that each tank needs to be given a value for its armor. Now, armor is so important in this game because armor often comes along with hit points. Take a look at the mouse. Great armor and a frick ton of hit points. Tog, some armor, a lot of hit points to get through. So let's take a look at this game that I had on Faust. And my team has 2 tier 7 heavy tanks. There you go. I've put a square around them. And I'm going to just write that up here. 2 heavy 7. Okay, there we go. We also have 2 tier 6 tanks in the BUGI and the KV-1S. So that's 2 heavy 6. Okay, we also have the Cromwell B and the Frosty, which are medium tanks. There we go. Lastly, we have a tank destroyer. Now what I'm going to do is attribute a certain value to each of those tanks. The BZ-58 is going to get 3 points because it's a top tier heavy tank. Likewise with the IS-2. How about the BUGI? That gets 2.5 because it's a lower tier heavy tank. And the same for the KV-1S. What about the Cromwell and the Frosty? I decided that since these guys are lower tier medium tanks, they get 1.5 each. And the Dicker Max gets a 1. Now, you can argue all about that if you like, but that's just what I came up with. We can adjust this. Let's take a look at the enemy team. They have a Tiger P. There we go. That's a heavy tier 7. Then they have a KV-2, a TOG-2, and a VK3601H. That's 3 heavy tier 6. There we go. Oops, let me just fix that up. There we go. Okay, on top of that, they have a T-42 and a VK2801. They're their medium tanks. And lastly, they have an SU-100, which is their TD. So now let's go about giving them points for their armor values. Again, we're going to start off with the heavy tank tier 7. That's going to get 3 points. Then we're going to give the KV-2, the TOG-2, and the VK36 2.5 each because they're lower tier heavy tanks. Then we're going to go for the medium tanks. The VK2801 is lower tier, therefore gets a 1.5 rating, and the T-42 is top tier medium, so it gets a 2 value, and the SU-100 gets a 1 as well. And now what we have to do is just add these up. On my side, we have a total of 15 points. And the enemy team, adding it all up here, quick little math, 15. Wouldn't you know it? Now, I didn't know that before I did this. I just came up with a random idea and seemed to come out quite nicely. So, in my opinion, these teams are quite balanced. Yes, they get a check, seal of approval. So let's get to the gameplay and you're going to see how things unfold. Since the teams are quite balanced, I could go either way, but I suggest to my team that we head over to A-Cap because that's where the battle tends to be. Off I go. Now I'm just going to check something over here, and wouldn't you know, the BZ runs in front of me. So I'm like, okay, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to. I'm trying to back up. Oh, no. Oh, we've got one of these players. He's going to try. Oh, is he going to do that? Okay, so although our teams are quite balanced, it looks like we have not the best player in the BZ, but at least he did let me go. So just going to give him a downvote after this. Let's let's see what I can do. Oh, there's a heavy tank at C. So yeah, it's our heavies versus their heavies, at least two of them probably. Let's see what happens. I'm a top tier heavy. I'm going hard against these mediums and hoping that no one else is here. Let's find out. Our team has not pushed in, which is a nice move. I'm going to swing down here. I haven't been spotted yet, so they have no clue I'm here and I'm coming from. Here I go. I'm coming for you, baby. Oh, I did not expect that guy to be just there, but nice whack in, and will he be able to hit me? Probably, but I'll definitely be able to take it as, oh, well, that's a nice little bounce. I will take that. And can I get rid of him? Oh, nice stuff. So he's gone. Now this guy is going to get around me, but he bounces that shot. I can just walk up to the T-42. Didn't even need HE, so poof, he's gone. It's now 6v7. Unfortunately, we've lost now, okay, 5v5, so we've lost two tanks. Guess which tank we lost? The BZ-56. Since it's a 5v4, we should be golden here. Team hasn't bled that much, especially the Cromwell and what other tank we have, I forget. Is it the Frosty? Yeah. They're full health. But, I mean, a KV2 can introduce himself pretty quick to those tanks, and things can change in a hurry. So, want to make sure I'm near the front lines to take some of those nasty hits. We've lost a tank, they've lost a tank, but the Tiger's gone, so that's good news. The Tog has got a lot of hit points to get through, doesn't have the best armor, but those hit points do help. Now, here's the KV2, and aiming in. Oh, he's not even after me, so that was a nice shot. And I don't know if he was able to hit the Tog, but now he's on a long reload. So if I can aim in here, probably I'll reload him and aim, and yeah, he's gone. So there you go. Now I just have to deal with the Tog. They do have two bases, but it's not going to help them because we'll be able to pick them off pretty quickly now. There goes the Tog in about, 3, 2, 1. Little nudge here. Poof, you're gone. And there you go. So despite one of our top tier heavies not playing well, as you're going to see when we get to the results screen, just for your information, he was a 41% player. So the most important thing, of course, is the person driving the tank. Anybody can make a tank look good, and anybody can make a tank look bad. It's the driver. Good players make bad tanks look good, and bad players make good tanks look bad. So, yeah, don't think just because you've got a new tank that you're going to be able to start winning more. If you suck, the tank sucks. But you might be able to stay alive a little bit longer because the armor will keep you alive. And that's why I say armor is so important. That'll get you 1 or 2 bounces a game. On top of that, you've got hit points to burn through. That's just pretty powerful, which is why I say that the matchmaker should be considering the armor levels of the tanks, because armor and hit points go hand in hand. So, got to find a way to balance that out. So what are your thoughts? Do you agree with me? Do you have a better idea? Love to hear from you. It's just a little bit of a discussion today. I'll see you tomorrow. Snugs on Blitz, out.